Yeah, so I've been reading through the Divine Agreement, and most recently looking into the chapter on the etheric plane. And yeah, it just seemed like a kind of a mysterious subject, mysterious topic. You know, it involves some peering into, and even after I read the chapter, I was still kind of questioning, you know, what exactly is it, you know, or what, you know, how can I gain a, you know, better perception of what's going on here. So I was wondering if you could maybe just talk on the subject. We can get into some other, you know, some questions specifically from the chapter, but, you know.
Well, we can call it the quiet mind, etheric, subtle mind. It's kind of like the breath mind. When you're breathing, you may be more in resonance with etheric energy than not. It's not thought mind. It's a vital mind. They're also called a will mind. So it's not unusual for, let's say, certain traditions say, well, you want to repeat commands to yourself. Say, I will fast. I will purify. I will practice. I like prayer. Repeating is a way of working the etheric mind, the subtle mind, the breath mind, which maybe requires very gentle commands to activate. So we're talking about recovering some sense of peace mind, soft mind, direct mind. And so that would seem to be too much for most people who are into, let's say, the animal mind, the dog mind. Right? But what we're talking about is quiet mind, gentle mind, meditative mind. And so most of the yogic practice is not taking you anywhere, actually. It's not about going out anywhere. It's really about coming inside, coming into subtle mind, quiet mind, soft mind, heart mind, spirit mind. Peace mind. So these are all related closely to going deeper into consciousness awareness. And this is true in yoga. You stop, you look, you listen, you pay attention to the subtle, you relax, you let go of all the neurotic mind, karma, crazy mind. Not crazy wisdom mind, but crazy cuckoo mind, suffering mind, dumb mind, right? Pain mind. Comment now.
So when looking at the different planes, which you discuss in the Divine Agreement, the etheric plane is falling between the mental plane and I believe the Atma plane, which you're calling.
Well, it's spiritual. Higher self mind. Right. Yeah.
So it's maybe can you look at it as a transition, you know, from the mental, and then getting to the etheric, and then you know having the higher Atma, thinking of that.
Yeah, right. We can call it the I am mind. Right. So we're talking about the mental plane. I am thought mind. Thought is who I am. We go to the etheric plane where I am will mind. Less than thought, it's not about thought. I am clear mind. We're moving in that direction. Subtle mind, or space mind, because I'm space mind. And then from there you go to the I am mind, the I am, it mind. And that's the basis for rising into higher or deeper levels of spiritual intelligence and consciousness. So, outside of the self, because usually what we're talking about in terms of the karmic minds, the lower levels are about the self in the body, and gravity mind. So, I am my emotions, I am my thoughts, I am my neuroses, which is good. It's all part of the enlightenment. To recognize what that is a step on the path of enlightenment. You need to know what's going on. You need to recognize it. You need to release it, more importantly, but you need to recognize it to release it. So you delayer yourself. You dismiss the karmas that you perceive. You let them go. It's not who you are. So not that. No, I'm not that either. Hey, what else? No, I'm not that. It is not that. See, it's an empty mind. Empty mind. Comment.
So then, when you were talking before about the primitive mind, would that be more related to the physical plane? Or maybe it could bounce between a couple planes, or just maybe...
Primitive mind is a figure of speech that relates to the subtle mind, instinctual mind in a certain way, but the basic mind. See, let's call it space mind. Not animal mind, but space mind. It's not primitive in terms of animal, it's primordial in terms of basic intelligence, like space, breathing mind. See, it's primitive, because it's breathing, but it's not like brute mind. That's primitive and barbaric, monster mind. No, this is sweet, subtle, peaceful, right? Moving towards angelic mind. What else?
Yeah, so then in the chapter, you go on to talk about certain things, certain mantras or certain even types of music.
Commands.
Yeah.
Commands. Right, go ahead.
Yeah, such as chanting or, things that help you.
This is what the subtle will mind is about. Remembering and repeating so as to recreate your mind. See, so I say, well, I was like a cake freak, so no more cake. I am not a cake freak. No cake freak mind. Right now, cake-less mind. Cakeless, right? Crazy-less, less mind. Open, which, when we see it from a spiritual viewpoint, that's getting closer to the truth of what we are as angelic, which is pure mind, pure light mind. Angelic, light mind. Here now, light mind. No cuckoo mind. Clear mind. This is part of the purificational training that each of the monks needs to go through, or the practitioners need to go through. Because we're coming back to zero, we're coming back to true nature, true being. Right? Atma, pure Atma, not ego self, but heart self, original self, super or spirit self. Right? Next.
Yeah. And then it seems that using, these certain, phrases, or you talked about prayer, these things to help you get into the space, but then maybe there's a difference between, you use the word, having the will, the will to do it, So by having these things that you're telling yourself, it's one thing to say them to yourself.
Techniques.
Right, yeah, techniques.
They're techniques for remembering true nature, for eliminating neuroses. So, I am peaceful. You can be the most neurotic person in the world, and all of a sudden, you switch over to, with all your guns and your stuff. I am peaceful. Right? I am peaceful. Because the truth is, the soul is peaceful. So it's not far from the truth, but people have to recover their sense of what that is, or the karmas that they were born into, or are surrounded by, or influenced by, conditioned by, or determined by, rule.